finally finished with the first book, and now I am on to the second one. I have not started it yet. I am going to read the first chapter just now because it's like 5 pages long, and then I'm gonna go shower because I painted today. My hands have paint on them all over, so I'm gonna do that. The first book ended really kind of weirdly. The movie poster looks so cool. I'm gonna read the first chapter of this book. I don't know what to expect at all. I'm gonna go and read the first chapter and then shower and then read more. I'm hoping to get like 50 pages in because I have to study too. It sucks, but I'm gonna do that. I'm done with the first chapter, and the ending is Teresa saying to him, "Tom, something's wrong." Anyways, he got a memory from his childhood, from when he was 5. There was nothing like that in the movie, which was interesting. In the memory, it was said that his father went crazy, and his mother did too, but he was chosen, so she sent him off. Also, another one of my bookmarks. Cute, right? You're totally awesome. Love a good pun. That's how much progress I've made. One chapter. I'm gonna go and shower now, and then I'm gonna read the rest, or as much as I can read today. This is what I painted. I know, not very good, but like it's so much better than what I drew before. This is so bad, but like, look, what is this? What is happening? This I drew here today, but like, what is this? Not good. That's what it is. And the first thing I drew this year, but it looks like a first grader did it. It's so bad. Look at the trees. It's so bad. Clearly, I'm not very good at painting. Also, I only have watercolors. These tiny watercolors. I painted with those. Those are so bad. Considering all that, I think I did okay. But I'm not good at painting. Ignore the fan. I'm just right now gonna tell you what happened. I'm at I have read till chapter 3. So Thomas apparently lost his connection with Teresa, and the people who saved them are all dead. The place that they're staying at is flooded with crank. So something's happened to Teresa, and they now don't have their rescuers alive, so they don't know what to do now. Things are happening, and it's just the 3rd chapter. Like, they were saved the first day. Okay, they were saved. Suppose they were saved yesterday, and today everything's went to shit. They really can't catch a break. That's all I wanted to say. I'm really excited. The action has already started. Okay, I'm gonna go. There are other people like Teresa and Thomas, and Aries is one of them. He can talk inside Thomas's mind. They all apparently have tattoos now on the back of their neck, and the tattoos mostly say property of wicked, and for Aries it says the partner and their group number, and then there's the number they arrived at, I guess, or like something along those lines. Minos says the leader. Newt's tattoo says the glue. Thomas's tattoo says to be killed by group B. That's it. That's just what it says. And you know who's from group B? Aries. I'm sorry, ignore the AC, but it's so hot today that I just have to, keep it on so I don't melt sitting right here. But I wanted to say, hey, it's been a few days and I have now conquered more than 100 pages. I'm on page number 105, so a lot more than 100, as you can see. But I'm on chapter 19 and a lot has happened and I didn't update on anything, so I made notes in my little diary here. Okay, so the first point I wrote, so there was an alarm of sorts blasting through some place and the door to the room they were in was locked. After some time it was opened. We don't know who locked or opened it. They went out and the dead bodies were gone. The place was super clean, as if there hadn't been people hanging from the fucking ceiling. Thomas finally was able to talk to Teresa in his mind, but it seems like her memory has been wiped or something, because she didn't recognize him and told him, and I quote, "Leave me alone or I'll hunt you down and cut your throat. I swear it." I love that for them. I mean, I really do. They're not my favorite pairing. Nude, Albie, and Mayno were some of the first bladers. I didn't know that. Yeah. Now there's a strange man in the common room. Great. And so basically he was there to explain to them the phase 2 rules. And now there's an invisible wall around the strange man. And Thomas walked right into it, which made me really happy. I really don't like Thomas. I don't know why. Then I wrote, "It's confirmed they can manipulate their brains and nerve receptacles." Is that how you say it? I don't know. I don't know science, okay. So he's saying the variables all have the virus, the flare, but it takes a while to kick in. And by the end of the trials, they'll get the cure as a reward. So yeah, that's a little motivation they gave them. The phase 2 is basically they have to get from one place to another within 2 weeks, and the first thing they had to do was find fresh air, but they were actually underground, and so they had to climb or walk first for hours and then climb the stairs and whatnot, and then they were out in this open area, and it's really hot. It's like really hot and bright, and like you could get second-degree burns from being out there too long without any protection. Yeah, and then the last point I wrote, just they gave them the flare as a nice motivation to go through with phase 2. That's all I wrote. And that's all I have. Okay, I'm gonna go and just keep reading. Thomas found Teresa again and they kissed, so we got the first kiss fucking finally in book 2. So she told him to leave her and then basically to get far away from her. I've made quite a lot of progress. I'm on chapter 29, page 163. And a lot of things have happened. I'm almost halfway through. I wrote more notes from here to here, quite a lot if you ask me. So the first thing I wrote was, TNT weren't always able to speak in their heads. Thomas learned it when he was around 10 or 11. We get a flashback of it. And there's a freaking storm in the desert now. Anyways, next I wrote, Mino got struck by lightning during the storm. I mean, he got burns, a couple of burns, but his clothes weren't completely burned off, and Thomas was able to save him from that lightning by throwing dust all over it. And I think we're about to meet Brenda. They met Jorge first, and apparently he's a crank. My theory about Thomas and the other gliders and the people who Wicked, have as their whatever, the variables, don't actually have the disease. Wicked lied to them in order to make them go through phase 2 willingly. And also Mino is my favorite character. I always thought that, Newt was my favorite. Oh, Mino is just so sarcastic, and his responses to things are just so good, and I'm a sucker for sarcastic humor, sarcastic people. That's it for today. Now I'm this much in, I just have this much left, and now let's get into the notes I wrote, because I did take some notes. I'm liking this one more so far than the first one. Thomas and Brenda have been separated from the others. Thomas and Brenda just killed a crank, a long gone crank as they like to say, and of fucking course he's acting all sad about it. I'm starting to not like Brenda. She's kind of a pathetic bitch in the books. Ugh, she was such a badass in the movies. I miss that. I don't like her this way. Yikes, Brenda asked Thomas to kiss her and he said no. She asked why and he said, "You're not her, you can never be her." Yes, they are back. Mino and Newt and the Gliders are finally back in the story because they were gone for a while, like 2-3 chapters almost. I'm finished with the second book, finally. It took me so long, but I'm done with it. I have just some final points to share. I wrote them down. Teresa's here with the girls from Group B to kill Thomas. After all the shit Teresa did to Thomas, he told her to go away, to leave him alone. And the last thing she said to him was, "Wicked is good."